All right, part two, the AOC chick. Another one who's what you would call, not what you would call, is hypocrite. Now her story is even longer. Her story is she goddamn, she been, a matter of fact, then when she first got somehow elected, she goddamn stopped the Amazon thing from coming to Queens. As a matter of fact, I can tell the whole story now. She that's where I'm from, right? I'm like, whoa, I'm glad we moved from there back in the 80s when I was a kid. That crazy bitch representing my district. So anyway, she talking about she couldn't make money. Like this dumb bitch, she goddamn, couldn't make money as a bartender. I'm like, in New York City, that means you are a horrible person. Anybody who been to a bar, they you leave good tips. Especially if you're a regular, because you don't want a hookup, but you want service as soon as you get there. Hey, bartender, he know you or she know you. "Oh, I got you. They know what you like. Yeah, so you always leave a tip. I'm like, this bitch must be horrible. It wasn't everybody else. Was, they did, and the Democrats were trying to make it. Oh, y'all just dogging her because she was a bartender. They're like, nah. And I would leave comments. This was a couple of years ago when she first jumped on. I'm like, nope, she must just been a horrible person if she couldn't make big money in New York as a fucking bartender. That mean they just didn't like her. But anyway, so they're talking about uh that I ain't even finished watching the rest. I need to figure out and find out what they're saying because what happened and what I know from experience and part of this gang stalker shit and why I kept having to get help and why I couldn't get a good job and keep a good is the other. They said they were going to do the unions in New York, one in New York and one in Bessemer. I'm like, okay, I already know for a fact why. Even though they think it's Amazon who don't want. I mean, Amazon wants the union, but they think it's no, Amazon doesn't. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they think it's Amazon who, down south. No, bro, that's New York. It's no Second Amendment. Serious, all this shit's tied together. Just like watch any of the like later mob movies in the '90s. Pay your union dues. Somebody from New York work, and plus, like I said, I'm from New York. The construction, I got people that work in construction. You gotta have a union card. Some people even sell them for 100 and some thousand. Used to. So the union tried to go down there, down south. And, they got the car plants, Mercedes in Alabama. It's not in Birmingham. They got South Carolina, BMW. They don't want the UAW. This ain't Amazon, but that's how I knew from. I just saw this video earlier. That's why I got so excited. I said, "Oh, when he started speaking with the other fucking Amazon warehouse that they're trying to bring, they said it's more than likely, and I knew it before he finished talking. It's more than likely they're gonna bring voted in New York. The workers, because it's New York, and they have to buy that lie. The union. We gonna fight for you. You need us because cost of living is so high down south. Like I said, my homeboy worked at one of the places that body parts for Mercedes, big bucks. Big when I was still in the army. That's when I was kind of mad. That was the only reason I ever got mad. I was in the army. I was like, God, because that's when you remember when, well, look at it. You can look at it. Mercedes plant came. I'm like, damn, I could have been there. And I'm calling, finding out, yeah, man, 5,000 a month. Shit, I've been in 4 years. I had my own team promotions, but I barely making 1,500 a month. I ain't even making 1,500. With my own, I'm a team leader. But I wasn't mad like that. This really what it was. It was after I got hurt and I realized I couldn't, jump out of airplanes. Not realize the doctor like you can't jump out of airplanes no more. This and that. So that killed all my dreams. All my goals. That literal stuff that I could have done. Moving up. And I didn't want to move up in the other type of ranks. Without being, having my different classifications. The this and that and Ranger School and Air Assault and this and that. But I didn't want to go special. I just didn't want special forces. I just wanted the one. But all that shit is dead. Helicopter pilots. I can't do this no more. So that was more the depression. So anyway though, so we're having a discussion. As a matter of fact, he's one of the ones that called and snapped on me since I've been up here, out the blue. And I'm like, I can't believe it. He was always smart back in high school. I'm like, this nigga was always. I'm like, you fell for this shit, nigga. He been overseas on, him and his wife. I'm not telling his, well, y'all don't know who the hell he is or who I am, but yeah, I'm like, nigga, you been to Italy. How the fuck are you oppressed? And I remember back in the 90s when I was in the army, you did it straight out of high school. You got a job. I wasn't mad. I was proud of you. I was telling everybody. After about 4 years, I was in there. I'm like, my homeboy, he making 5,000 a month. Da da da. But then as years went on, I'm like, you got this and that. And he said, I'm not impressed, but there are other people that I'm like, but wouldn't it be better to put them on? Like you supposed to do for me when I got out, the army, instead of giving handouts, you put them on so they can make money. You know what I'm saying? Look, but they send a Buffy fat guy, like, nigga, you're not bulletproof, right there. But anyway, so he called one day about 2 years, a year and a half ago, out the blue. It just started, oh, so you're a Republican? I'm like, now? What are you talking about? I never voted Democrat. And you know that. Matter of fact, you the only one I think I've been told you, like 20 years ago. I told you that. What are you talking about? You knew that. As a matter of fact, when I was thinking about it, you were the ones I was thinking that would be smart enough to, you must have heard me. You were one of the ones that's smart enough. Yeah, that's what I said. That he's walking around with a mask on by himself, outside. They're still trying to break. Now they're doing it out of just like, yeah, I'm gonna wear my mask. No, I'm talking about Buffy, fat dude right there. Like, so anyway, and nobody is you're not. I don't know. It doesn't bother us. We're all like, you can wear it till you die. It could be 50 years, 60 years from now. You can still be wearing it. You could be buried. Nobody's wishing anything. But the problem, it's like, that's the good thing about Democrats. We wasn't mad because we didn't want nobody to wear masks. We didn't care. As long as you don't force us. You can wear the way it is now is the way it should have been from the beginning. If you want to protect yourself, you wear the mask. No, you need to wear it. You got one on. So what are you worried about? You got one on, so you're protected, right? I did. Nope. Anyway, back to what I'm talking about. So, then years ago, cause he been there now. I mean, this nigga might have fucking 30 years in or something. However, but he's still been there. Like GM cars say Body by Fisher is a plant closer than in Birmingham where the motherfucking they make the body parts for the G-Class Mercedes. And I was there for, they fucked me over. They, not like they with gang stalking shit. It's a long story. I gotta explain that one too. But, but it was all for a good reason. I see that now. But, so anyway, now the dude telling the story I saw this morning, he's just young. He don't understand. I mean, I already knew he was gonna be like, it's Amazon Amazon putting pressure because they don't want the union. That's not it. The workers down there, this black folks, it's investment. That's what I'm talking about. They don't want the UAW. They didn't want the UAW at the Mercedes plant. They don't want that shit. They like, no, this ain't New York. This ain't da. We ain't paying union. Like the Italians, you pay your union dues. They don't, cause the cost of living ain't high. So why pay that money directly out your check? So we gonna fight for you if you have a grievance. Union, call your union rep. You basically, a dude ain't doing nothing, getting paid. And the cost of living is so cheap down there. Cheaper than here. You don't need a union rep. You don't need them to fight for raises. You making $17 down there off the rip. That's way more than you need. And then they was getting overtime like a motherfucker, so that is way more. Your fucking rent is $400 or $350. You don't, but it ain't that many slots. But the point is, they didn't want the UAW, just like they don't want Amazon. And Amazon right now, I think down there probably paying 15, 16. They don't need it. They're like, no, we don't. It's not Amazon putting the thumbs on them. It's they didn't want the union. They don't down. It's down south. They got second. You like what is that? Because the movies we grew up with in the '80s, the motherfuckers up there they had to fight the union. It was a '80s movie. It was serious. Whatever. They had to fight with bats and the mob, the union guys. Remember Jimmy Hoffa? Ain't no movie about him. I'm just saying they gonna end up like Jimmy Hoffa. But they all they had was bats. There's no Second Amendment right. Up north, New York City, Chicago, Detroit. So the union guys, the mob, are the only ones with guns, and the people standing up, they got to fight with bats. But the thing that saved them is they got the news there or something like that. At the and the union reps and the mob couldn't do anything. But down south, you not break. Like I said, all the niggas I grew up with, they got legal pistols. Well, except for my homie, he used to, but apparently he sold them. He's like, oh, so you would have guns, you support that? I'm like, nigga, you been had legal. Oh no, I got rid of them all. You're a dummy then. I mean, but he can afford to. He's a typical Democrat. He can afford to move out the hood we grew up in, back in high school. So he don't live there no more. That's the same thing. Like I said, when he's talking about oppression, I'm like, you've been to Italy, all types of places you've been on vacation because of your job. But you're calling me talking about oppression, and I should be a Democrat and support y'all and that BLM, and like me, we don't get caught. We never got caught. So what are you talking about? Yeah, but he ain't deserve. Oh yeah, he was mad about George Floyd. He ain't deserve. I'm like, nigga, you're the reason I'm telling. Where the that George Floyd, we would have did him way worse than that if he ain't have our money. So what the fuck are you talking about? If we was only 17, because you imagine a girl. Cause think about it, back in our day, the crackheads were in their 30s and 40s. By the time we're 18, we would have been dead worse than standing on his fucking neck. What are you talking about? Like, no. I mean, but he's a cop. He was white. I'm like, damn, they done fucked your head up. But anyway, he hung up on me. I just laughed. For a second, I thought, damn, did I lose the signal? Did he call back next day? I didn't mean to hang up. I said, oh, you hung up? But I laughed my ass off. Like, you acted like a bitch. Nigga, you made you mad like that. You hung up. I'm like, you ain't gotta apologize. I can't believe I was laughing. I thought after a second I realized because I was driving that you hung up. And I laughed. I didn't think you was gonna call back. I was wrong. I'm like, there's no need for that, bro. You fucking goddamn all that. Mad about George Floyd. So you think he did? Because actually I did get heated too. I'm like, no, man, he shouldn't. I said, don't do drugs, motherfucker. I'm like, we never did drugs and got caught and beat up by the cop. You ain't never. I'm like, that's the thing. I'm like, you ain't never got beat up. But what are you talking about? Stop lying, nigga. What the fuck are you? But anyway, so back to the waters. My point, I'm not sticking up for Amazon because I used to work there up here, and that didn't last long. This was right before I found out what gang stalking. It ain't that far from here. As a matter of fact, that old remember where I used to do my videos. You scroll down my old videos on the balcony. It's like 10 minutes from there, and on that side of town, it ain't that far from here either. But I guess and it's in another town. Matter of fact, where Juicy did his not Juicy, the other Juicy, the NASCAR Juicy is in that town. Juicy, Bubba Smollett. That's another like, yeah, I've been all through there, and yeah, I've been stopped. They literally like, oh man, you ain't doing that. I literally waited, man, you ain't doing nothing. Go ahead. That means the gang stalkers told him I was on my way, and he being a small town cop, but big town got NASCAR. And then here is, the football and basketball. He's like, he's a white dude, He's like, oh man, you ain't. And why would he say that? Why would he say you're not doing nothing? Go ahead on about your business. I did have a tail light out. That's why, he's like, oh, just get it fixed. And yeah, I just had to send a picture. Not even go to court. Just send a snapshot that I had fixed the tail lights, and that was it. The case dismissed. But that truck broke down. But it's in my. I think you can see it in my old videos because from my balcony I was on the second floor. There's a black truck, Toyota. That's when I had the Mustang. I think. Yeah, I did. I had the Mustang, and I bought the Toyota to drive to work because I didn't want to pull up in that Mustang like whatever. But so, but what am I saying? And no, the dude who did the video, I'm not saying he's wrong. He's just young, and I think, actually, I think because I think he does has aspirations. If he ran for something, I would vote for him. But he just needs a little bit more life experience, and really, he wouldn't know about that. Like I said, that just happened to be personal experience that I know for a fact that they just don't want, and I know why. 'Cause they don't need it. Like nigga, why in the fuck would he venting to me like they're trying to get the unions here, the UAW. We don't want that, and they all voted against that shit. And that's what's going. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on in Amazon. I'm pretty sure. I know people that work there. I ain't been there in years, but and the Amazon down in Bessemer, and they're like, we don't need no fucking union. It's not Amazon against it, telling them, y'all better not get it. They don't want that be money out they check for no reason. But see, that's the part of the plan with the Democrats. They keep the cost of living so high. You need that shit so they can siphon and steal money. Union reps, all that shit. So in New York, they fall for that bullshit. Yeah, because you gonna need a raise and da-da-da-da. If y'all gotta go on strike, da-da-da. Down there, it's like, what? Shit, nigga, my rent, my mortgage is fucking $450 for $180,000. Down there, $180,000 house is huge. And it's like I'm gonna be able to pay that off in 10 years. I don't need. I can double up on that and shit like that. Ain't nobody. They ain't tripping. They don't need a union. It's like, and ain't nobody. Well, if you get in trouble, you call it. We don't. Like, who's gonna get in trouble? That's stupid. Like, I'm not. Ain't nobody getting in trouble. What you do to get in trouble? But like I said, this one might be 3 parts.
A customer once said to me that success at dinner for her was clean plates and no tears, and as a parent, I very much relate to that. And so my customer flies multinational corporation. Now, with that being said, the early vote totals are in for New York, and it looks like they might be successful. And AOC takes the time to try to piggyback off the success of the New York Amazon.
I'm in the sun now.
But that's just one problem, right? That's just one small problem.
Now, see, I ain't even see this part.
That previously in the past, not too long ago, AOC actually abandoned these workers after promising that she would show up to a rally they was having in support of the union. Okay? And that kind of pissed.
Because that's the thing with the socialist communists. We support the workers. That's the Communist Party. We're the Workers' Party. She wants all that stuff. And okay, because like I said, I had paused it and I didn't finish watching to see what the thing was, how she exposed herself. But I knew it was something. But my whole point of I know why it ain't gonna work down south. I know for a fact. I don't care what you do, but that was just the United Auto Workers. That was no. They're not gonna do none of that shit. Matter of fact, I just left there.
Example of how AOC ain't really who she says she is. She's not really about what she says she's about, okay? Again, this was obvious to me when she wasn't supporting the unions that were against the vaccine mandate, right? She wouldn't support those unions. All of a sudden, unions and what they want didn't really matter, right? So yeah, let's actually read here as she's being called out by Crystal Ball. And Saga and Jaidi, who was a part of the Breaking Points podcast. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that show. That show is supposed to be, 2 individuals, Crystal Ball, who's progressive, and Saga and Jaidi, who says he's conservative, but it's kind of hard to tell when it comes to him. But they have a good show, and they talk about stuff like this a lot.
Alright, so there ain't no need. You can look that up, see for yourself. I ain't finished watching. We're seeing all that together. But the other one He did. He was the one who. He was the first one. He had it before Fox. The Mad Max story. The other day. Yeah, there you go.
We got down too. Testimony. I'm just saying, might be so many people out here that they just went somewhere else. They didn't want to. Yes, nothing is going on. What we gonna do? Well, that's not the business. What can you do? And so I will be downtown with Blossom. I will get the housing authority. That's why they came out here today. I made them come out here. And
Right.
I'm going to go.
And you need to know why they're failing, because Blanca Jimenez repeated, we gave her several meeting requests concerning this in LASA for years. And now they're sitting
There's
there.
nobody in Washington who works for their people in it harder than I do.
I believe you.
I don't want to hear it.
I believe you. So can we finish though? Work with me.
No.
Work with me so we can house people. That's what I do.
I do every day.
What you do every day? I'm still on a damn
The
street.
money that you got
She says it here, she doesn't pass it out.
in Washington, D.C. I will
That's what we do. We
continue to work.
probate
I will
what's happening. I'm not trying to solve it.
And see, look how she talked to her. You know, don't that, you know, she's a public service. But she can do that black shit. That you know, like, and the homeless black people. But see, that's the thing. You still got your voting power, but y'all vote for her. So like, no sympathy. See, you. And then, what happened? She called the reporter and told him, "You be hurting yourself." You know that, and you know the Fox, the white folk, they're like, "Oh, that's a threat to his career." I'm like, "Nah, that bitch. You see the way she acted, and she from L.A. or da. She talking about you hurting you. She talking about a physical threat. She ain't talking about a."
Homeless constituents were simply trying to ask her questions. Take a look. Wilshire. Did they move another location where they're taking answers? Is there any more locations than this one? There might have been. There's so many people out here.
1 minute.
I want everybody to go home. And I want.
We don't got no home. That's why we.
You heard her laugh. One of the homeless people. She said, "I want everybody to go home." She like, "We ain't got." You know, they giggled. "We ain't got no home, bitch." You know, that's why we're here. That's what we're talking about. We've been trying to tell y'all that whole time the BLM, all that shit is fake. It ain't about being a sellout, this and that. Most of us who was real street dude, we know this shit. I knew it from the beginning, even before I found out what gangs are. This shit is fake. You know, they killing black folk, but the young girls, yeah, they believed it. You know, they 20 years old, they all out there running around big old butts. Oh, they killing us, crying over some fuck nigga who wanted to fight the police because he was scared to go to city jail. More than likely, a lot of them was just scared. It was just city jail shit. You know, and they end up getting killed and, you know, all that shit. Oh, they killing us. You know, they out there crying and you stupid bitch. But all that shit was fake. And you see now it's all coming out. It's all coming out, you know. And now, you know, it's more than just egg on your face. That those are people's lives. People people getting killed now in black cities because of the defunding, all that shit. Little kids, man. I keep saying it, and they still run. Now that mask mean to me, if you wearing that like that the big dude that just came by, that mean you support little kids getting killed. If you know you proudly wearing that mask and you ain't nobody around you, that dude that just walked by, you support little kids because you support Democrats. That's who you supporting. You support little kids getting murdered in the backseat of their dad car, all excited, waiting for a fucking Happy Meal. Dad finally taking them to get a Happy Meal. And this was like either last year or beginning of this year. Cause they had a rally, leasing balloons in the parking lot of that McDonald's, like some dumbass niggas. And the little girl got just random. Her car got sprayed up and she get killed. Thinking her last thought is she finna eat a Happy Meal and get a toy. We all had Happy Meal. Our generation, we had Happy Meals too. But imagine begging for a being good to get a Happy Meal. And you gonna fucking walk around and well, nigga, I might smoke your ass just for wearing that stupid shit. But anyway. But Look, there's a nigga riding around in a convertible BMW. He's listening to sound like R&B, but I know cause I got a system in here. I know he ain't drive straight, but he's playing, it has a sunroof too. I gotta get all that fixed, but, he's not playing what I play, but he's a Democrat. He's the nice black shiny car, whatever, they wrecked my Mustang like that. One just drove by, well, this is in my old videos, but so now, they're mad. They're feeling they know their money is done, and I guess these dummies have no skills to make more money, so they know they're fucked. They don't have what it takes to make money. That's why they came up with all that, oh, that's white supremacy. You're doing the things the white folks way. Why you doing so hard? Slow down, man. Slow down, man. You know what? No, bro, I'm not doing this for you or the supervisor. I'm just I'm trying to tell y'all the secret. The day goes by way faster. Before you know it, I can't count how many times somebody had to tell me not stop because I'm going too fast, but stop because it's time to go. Hey man, put that shit down. Well, what's up? Oh, why? Nigga, it's check out. It's time to clock out. That's why. Oh shit, I ain't even know. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking it's goddamn just break time or something, and I forgot. No, I done took breaks, lunch, and it's time to fucking go. I ain't trying to work myself, and you're not working yourself. You don't feel tired. You go home. You go to sleep, or you go home and hang out. You can do all that because you got money, you're feeling good. But these bums, they just want okay, we're fine with you being a bum, but don't come at us and try to hold us back. It's all exposed. I'm trying to tell you, y'all like fucking exposed. Every day you keep seeing more and more because like we said, like he explained, that dude, if you watch his videos about AOC, what happened is she can't put her mouth where her money is. The money where the mouth is, or whatever. She been talking all that good shit about socialism and the workers and this and that. But when it come down to it, she ain't nowhere, she don't stand up for it. See, on our side, and remember I told y'all that the reason we agreed, like with Fox and all that, is not because they're brainwashing us, it's because we already think like that. And those politicians, you say, oh, they're white Republicans. No, he think like I think, and he do, and we already know he gonna do what he say. We already know all of them. They did what they said. We already see what the problem is not. And as time goes on, we're seeing they keep doing, and that's what Trump did. He did what he said. That's why most of us were so surprised and support him so much still now. He did what he said he was going to do. See, like white, like liberal like that with the, the Range Rover just drove by. They hate Trump. They want you to be riding on a scooter like him. They want black folks to be riding on a scooter like that nigga. But they, so, and they want to like I said, it's job security also. Like I said, with the union and, oh, it's funny because remember I just pointing out I have a sunroof, but I gotta get it fixed. I get it fixed soon. I get around to it. But anyway, so they're all as frauds. They're frauds, all of them. But I think that dumb bitch is really just a dumb fraud. I think she really fell for it. She really believed all that dumb shit that she's a woman of color, Latino, da-da-da-da-da. It's like, nope. And now you don't have the insides, the intestinal to do what you said. And it's not just because even if we oppose you, our side, you still should be able to do it if the people are behind you. That's the problem now, because with our side, and that's why, I'm kind of confused, like, what are y'all waiting on? You got the people, we're not going to vote you out if you do da-da-da-da-da, and do X and do Z and do Y, X, Y, Z, because that's why we vote for you. We're not like them, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You did what you said. So what are y'all waiting? But that's what goes to me having the experience they put on me of gang stalking and seeing some of these things and that let me know there's a lot more they got that they don't want to say, they can't say. But they are exposing this with all these questions because everybody's like, even our side what's all these questions? Y'all ask questions, they don't answer them, and I'm like, it's like a tactic, I think. And it's all on tape now. They're lying on the oath. And this and that is like that. But see, right now they're still protected because they got all those Democrats and this and that judges, federal or whatever the fuck. They're protected. That's the point. But right now they're waiting on November. But it's like shit. We ain't gonna make it to November. I'm talking about with the gas and all this. But I don't know. I guess they got it under control. It's like that's the whole point of why we don't need you to that would be cool if you did that and you did a good job as a senator. But you just trying to hang out and be cool and you know she got like 13 million. That'd be cool if you're a celebrity, but you're a politician. You're supposed to do shit for us. People we like, we don't care if they hang out with us or you know to meet you. I don't give a fuck about meeting you. You know, I don't want to meet Trump like that. You know, if it did, yeah, I'd tell him thank you. But seriously, but other than that, I don't. You know, we're not like their side. We don't want to hang out with you. You know, yeah, AOC, she's one of us. Like I said, Mad Max. Oh, she's one of us. She. You know, this Auntie Max, you hanging the white supremacy. You getting you standing up to them, and y'all so fucking. It ain't even that they're young. When I was like I said, when I was that young, I ain't fall for that dumb shit. But anyway, I got stuff I gotta do. If I see something else, I'll let you know.